Hello everyone, my name is Sugi Yamagawa, and today on VTubing my slow life hobbies in my 30s, we're going to be making a margherita pizza, here, over the lovely fire pit. Granted, technically the baking is actually going to happen over here, but more on that later. But first things first, it's the evening, warm fire calls for a cozy IPA beer. So, cheers! Goodness gracious, that's good. Hopefully that works. But yeah, I hope people's out there be having a good start to your December. December is a very important month to be a good month for all sorts of good reasons. And I know I had oh yeah, that's how the world works. That's how the world works. So how the world works is the tool you need is the one at the bottom of the box of your tools, which was certainly the case today. Now, I do have some other stuff prepped, but I'm going to let that continue prepping. We're going to go ahead and this is the traditionally start. We're going to start with getting our vegetables. Well, not really a vegetable, technically a berry, but I'm going to reach into my Anime Expo 2015 bag for cherry tomatoes. And also, hello to you, Yoshiharu. I hope you're having a great start to December. Let's see, how many Decembers? How many cherry tomatoes do I want on this? That's a cool bag. Yeah, well, from the good old early, well, it's weird to think of 2015 being 10 years ago. But that was the bag I just had laying around in my car when I went to pick up those groceries, so I was like, okay, that's the bag that those stay in. And actually, I'm gonna be generous. I like tomatoes. I also like margherita pizza. So we're gonna do 5 cherry tomatoes for start. And then for these guys, we're just gonna half them. Do I have the room? Partially. And if that bowl seems oversized, then that's just honestly how it is. Because I picked 2 bowls for some of my shenanigans, and I decided to use 1 bowl for that, and then I realized I needed a bowl for my cherry tomatoes after I cut them up. Because unfortunately, this is my cozy warm-up to stream part. Because once we do this, cutting up the cherry tomatoes, I've got bread rising. Well, I've got dough rising in my dehydrator right now. So once that's done, you guys get to see the wretched awkwardness that is I handling bread dough. Which, it's bad. It's bad. Like, I'm just gonna be real honest, like, I am not skilled in any way with dough. So that's 10-ish cherry tomatoes. I think that should be sufficient for our needs. If it's not all wet, well, we can always dice up more. I got plenty more in my little bin, so there is plenty more where that came from. And hopefully I can let that sit there on my cooler for a while. And I'm just gonna check my phone because, well, I found out at the start of this week, normally I'm on call till 7, hence why I was gonna have the stream start at 7. But for this week, my on-call goes on to 8, so things may happen It's been quiet so far. I hope my luck holds. But yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and... So, we're going to be making the honey beer pizza dough for the dough for this margarita pizza. And this is from Stephen Branchilin, Project Fire. Basically, it's a grilling book that I've pilfered for campfire cooking purposes. So, I've already done, let's see, I'm at step 3 right now. I've got it chilling in the thing, but it's pretty straight. It's like really dough is dough. Some doughs will, like this one has beer and honey, which in step 1 you'll combine the beer, honey, yeast, and then half cup warm water. Now it's also important to make sure your beer's at room temperature. Don't use beer from your fridge, because when you're making step 1, you want it to be kind of warm. You want it to be around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, basically. Because what you're trying to do at that point is you're trying to wake up the yeast. So you got a little bit of beer, which may or may not have yeast in it, depending on the style and how it was processed, whatever. Then you have honey. Honey is actually really good for helping the yeast out, because yeast like sugar. So let's see, I think this calls for 1.5 tablespoons of honey. That does a lot for giving the yeast a little bit of nutrition, a snack. It gives them a snack. So that way, they kind of get into the warm water, get to take a nice warm bath, and then they get a snack, and that kind of just helps get the yeast fired up for the job you're going to have them do, which is to rise your bread. Which in step 2, you add the flour and salt, and you just do a whole lot of mixing and maybe a little bit of handling to get your dough ball. And then in step 3, you will lightly oil a dish, and let's see. Yeah, and then they call for it, working it on the table to just give it a human touch. I just worked it in the bowl because that was easy, and then you just throw it in a warm place. For me, I'm using a dehydrator because right now it's cold outside. It's in the low 30s Fahrenheit. Chop is cold because I've had my garage door open for a little while. It's in the 50 degrees in there. A little chilly for yeast. So I have my dehydrator going, and that has my dough ball. So, since that is basically our story thus far, I'm gonna go grab some dough. Not the money kind, and we'll have, well, hopefully you guys will have fun. My skill with dough is not good. Okay. Ooh, this is warm. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at you. Look at you. Look at that. Look at that dough. Okay. I don't think I need to go back in the shop for a while. So I'm going to close the door without hopefully messing up my stream cables. Yeah, my garage door doesn't. Do I want to do that? We're committing. Give me a moment. Wow. So I want to get this garage door closed. There we go. Da, 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 da. Do. Ah. Now let me squeeze myself in here. Oh. Ooh. Yay. Oh wait. Okay, that's clearly I hit my camera. And it's clearly I hit my camera right there. Whew. Okay. Wow. That is all the way. Did I get my mounting brackets for my camera wrong? Because it's screwed all the way in and it's not super tight, but oh well. But yeah. So here's our dough. Now, my historical issue has been that. It's been sticky dough. Overly sticky dough. So now, thing is, we're gonna be working this dough. Don't do that, buddy. We're gonna be working it. And this is, wait, did I? My knob's all the way in, but my camera is not holding still. So bear with me on that. But this is my pizza pail. And traditionally when I work with dough, this is where I work with my dough. So I'm gonna review my instructions because this next step is gonna get my hands really messy and I'm gonna hate it. Punch dough down, turn the dough onto a lightly floured surface, knead gently, cut in half. Each half should weigh about 8 ounces. Roll each half into a ball under palm or hand. On top of dough is smooth and firm. Cover dough with plastic wrap, damp kitchen towel, and let rise to double in bulk. We're not doing that. And pizza dough is ready for stretching and grilling. So basically, we're gonna punch it down and work it a little bit. Okay, I can. That is a reasonable amount of instructions I can follow. Oh, good evening, Dad's Old Shop. I hope you're having a great start to December. December is a very important month to have a good month. For lots of reasons. Now, my admitted bias with December is December is my birthday month, so that's the reason why I'm all like, hey, it's important for... Oh, dust explosions. Lovely dust explosions. You know what? If I'm going to work with flour, I might as well have a good time and make a good dust explosion. What's up? Dough! Do I need you? I reckon I might. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so punching it down. Punch. Ooh, punch. And punch dough. Granted, actually, this halved is going to make for plenty of pizza. And it also calls for folding it over. So I think we're going to do a couple of folds and punches. A couple of nice folds and punches. Wow. It's nice and olive oily. It's not sticking to my pizza pail. It's behaving. The dough is behaving. This is strange. This is strange behavior for dough. For me. Happy almost birthday. Yeah, I've got a bit of a weight on that. My birthday's not until the end of the month. Ooh, man. My goodness gracious. Look at you. Look at you, you adorable little dough ball. Oh. I was super nervous for this part. I was so nervous. And it's... I mean, yeah, sure, I'm getting a little bit sticky, but man, this... Oh my gosh. Oh. My brother-in-law as a Christmas must have sucked for him as a kid. Yeah. Happy almost birthday as well. Ah, thank you. Oh man. Oh yeah. I love this. I love the dough's playing nice. But yeah, thank you very much for the almost birthdays. My birthday is December 31st, and let's, like, even if you're like a week away from Christmas, like, congratulations. What's going to happen to your gift ratioing? you're gonna get you're gonna get one gift. But sometimes it's a nice gift though. It's actually really nice when it's like, okay, when people are like, okay, we're gonna get you something like kind of nice, but it's only one of that night. And I'm okay with that, especially if it's like a nice thing. Oh yes. Oh, you wonderful lump of dough. Oh man, you must have loved that dehydrator or something. I don't know what, but you're playing far too kindly and nice to me. So this recipe makes for 2 things of bread. So at this point, I'm going to take my knife, which coincidentally this is a bread knife, but I don't think it's meant for dough. But I'm going to use it for dough because, well, it's what I have. Also, fun fact with bread knives, because the knives are serrated, they make for great tomato cutting knives. An actual proper tomato knife will have serrations like this, but they'll be bigger serrations. They'll be more wide rather than. I wouldn't call this. I would call this like a coarse. Yeah, coarse. Versus fine. Like this is a coarse waviness to it. Actual tomato knives will have very like undulating ones. Like for every 3 peaks of this, a proper tomato knife will have like 3. Well, 3 of these will equal 1 on a tomato knife. So I'm gonna take one of my doughs, play with it because this has never happened before. I've never worked with dough like this, and it's just been that reasonably well behaved. For now, I'm going to set this down here. Just because I want some of the residual heat of the fire to keep that warm. So now for our next feller here, the feller who's going to be the star of the show. I'm going to drop you into my hand right quick. And then I have below me a little bit more flour. So, for the mission moving forward now is to work the dough ball into a pizza crust. Since I have a little bit of flour left. Woo! One of my favorite tricks. Ooh, I like that sound. Coincidentally, I'm also doing this back and forth thing to get all the flour off my hand. Violence! Plus beer. Okay. So. Start letting this. We're gonna just start working this. I think I will just fold it over, work it. Oh. Let's see. Z-Zion? Hello and hello. Welcome in. And also, looking forward to actually like meeting you proper on Monday. We haven't done too much cooking yet, but it's kind of been more on the baking side. But it's actually been fairly good on the baking front. So, I need to start working this dough. So, traditional tool of choice for working dough, or so various people lead to believe. And it's actually sticking. So, dough is sticking. There's a solution. And that solution is a little bit of flour to it. So, get you out. Hey neighbors, don't communicate via honking while I'm streaming, please and thank you. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now, I have very little experience with working with dough. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's why. I have not a lot of work surface because underneath my pizza pail is a cinder block. Well, the stream goes perfectly well with the book I'm reading. It's about baking. Nice. Nice. Yeah, because right now I'm reading the light novel In the Land of Leadale, Volume 3. That's my current book. Let's see. I want to get a little bit more this way. Kinda need to round it out. I have much rectangle. That's still pretty good amount of crust. We can just keep stretching it out strategically. We'll be good. Just the only hard part is I don't want to. Ooh, dough's starting to stick there. And I think I know why. It might be cooking to the pan. One of the downsides of when the fire's so close. But I have to be this close in order to manage it, though. Okay. That is really close, I think, to the size I want. So, to test my fit, if you will, I'm just going to take my cast iron lid and kind of just use it as a gauge, if you will, to just kind of see if that works, which it's really close. So I think we'll just do a little bit more working with at hand. Yeah, that seemed what it was. Like my, let's see if we can. Can I pick this up? I do need to separate this from the. I need to separate this eventually. Because it should separate pretty easy going near me, but it'll be a little bit more difficult away from me because of the heat of the fire kind of baked me a little bit. Wait. Let's get. If I ever get like a little like crumbly bit here, I always like to give it a little bit of a taste. Okay. So I think we got pretty okay crust. Well, dough. I gotta think about my order of operations. Because order of operations is really important at this stage. Because eventually a lot of the coals I have here are going to end up down in this area, which that's where the cast iron skillet's going to go. So, speaking of Dutch oven, Pernadas? Oh no. I am undereducated. Yes, I am very undereducated. So, we got some good old Kirkland brand olive oil. Be a little bit heavy with my pour there. Then, just with my finger, just gonna do some wiping. Get a nice even coat on the bottom. Which actually for today I actually don't have to worry about the sides as much because I'm not really cooking any sort of like deep dishes. Now granted I think I might actually try Chicago deep dish if I were to do another pizza stream. Because first time I made pizza I actually basically used my cast iron skillet, like a Dutch oven. And it worked out. I got a okayish pizza out of that. Okay, just get a little bit on the sides, just because I like to be extra. All pizza is good pizza. Yes. Yes. Very much yes. Pizza is a uniting food. Okay. Now, I'm going to try and lay this in here and kind of stretch it out. And I'm going to build my pizza in the Dutch oven. But yeah, today we're actually making what I consider it essentially what is my peak pizza, and that is Margherita. That is my personal favorite. But all pizza is valid pizza here. Because pizza is the food of the common people. Oh! Didn't want to do that. I need those guys over there so I can get my shovel in. Now, let's build this boy. Oh yeah! Okay. So, next up on the Anime Expo 2015 bag of goodies is pizza sauce. Got pizza sauce, traditional, private selection. Private selection stuff is generally pretty... Uh-oh. I got oil on my hands. Tal saved me. Tal saved me. Thank you, Tal. Most useful item in the universe, by the way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with a light helping of pizza sauce. Spread it out, see what we get. Because we can always add more, you know? Just don't want to go too extreme on it. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh man, this is gonna make me happy. Let's do another dollop. Spread that out. See what we get. How about let's do a little bit more. Let's be a little bit generous here. I'm a generous guy. I'm generous with my pizza. Pizza gets treated nicely around here. Pizza's been very good to me. Oh man. Jiminy Crickets, that is good sauce. That is really good sauce. And also the best thing about the current air temperatures, it's colder than the fridge. Because the fridge is like 40 degrees or so. It's in the 30s. And this also means my beer doesn't get warm. Glory to cold weather. But now, ooh yeah, you're an ingredient, but there's someone more important than you. Someone more important than you. Wait, what? I'm bad at that. Why am I bad? No good cameras. Well, cooking a camera is all about fire intensity and oh wow. You don't have an easy peel side? I was hoping you would have an easy peel side. Like, come on, man. I've got olive oil on my hands. Be kind to me, please, please. There we go. If I can't convince you to be nice, I can just bust the knife out and force kindness out of you. Oh. mozzarella balls. Now, supposedly I'm supposed to drain the moisture out of these, but considering the fact I'm doing this in a Dutch oven, not too concerned about it. I think it's a good... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If this works out. We will see if this works out. Because I was reading online that some people recommend to like drain these out. And that was snow falling off my car. Whoa! Firecracker. Nice. Okay. Now this is a margarita. So you're not supposed to do too much cheese, but I like cheese. So I am going to be generous with my serving of cheese. And so I'm going to take my fresh mozzarella cheese and back to the cooler. Oh. Now, we get to the final ingredient, our tomatoes. Now, for maximum, well, actually not the final ingredient. The final ingredient is the basil, and we don't do the basil until we finish cooking. Actually, yeah, I think 5 cherry tomatoes halved is going to be really good for this. Really good for this. Do one there. We'll do one there. Ooh, where do I want to put this last one? Right there. Oh yeah, yeah. That's good stuff. Oh yeah. Sweet. I don't need you anymore. Awesome. All this is. The pizza is now prepped. Holy smokes! I can't believe it's been this reasonably smooth. So, pizza's prepped. Let's go to the fire pit. Fire pit. I must ask of a sacrifice of yourself. Let's see. Ooh. I know you're there. I know you're there. That's my fire poker. That's very important tool. Cool. That hooks the Dutch oven. Let's see here. Might be a hair bit generous, but nothing more than that. There we go. There we go. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, now that I've got myself a good little pile of coals there, grab. Actually, there's one thing I should be grabbing. I'm going to place that there. Just temporarily. I'm going to do that because being next to the fire, it's already picked up some heat. So, individuals who have been here a little while might recognize this little doodad. This doodad is a thermistor. A thermistor is a device that measures temperature based off resistance of electric current. Basically, it's a temperature probe. It is the fancy pants. So, we'll hook you. Which, this is what I really like about this fire poker. Is holy smokes, it's sturdy. Holy smokes, it's sturdy. It's a lot more sturdy than my. No, I still want to, because I want to see what I got here for now, because I got to do some things. So, below meter. So we'll plug. Actually, wait a second. I gotta pay attention. Because if I don't plug it in right, I get weird temperature readings. Negative, positive. Wait a second. Okay. Well, we're gonna just... Okay. So for now, it says it's 54, which I almost don't believe. I think it should be warmer than 54. Oh, it's an old Ellen. So it's also pretty, what's the word? Abused? Abused is a really good word. Okay, so it's now saying it's like 15, 14. So that's a little bit closer. A little bit closer to the truth. So with that guy set up, let's go to our fire pit. Get a sacrifice. Now, I'm going to be really generous with the amount of coals I have on top. Because we got a lot of experience working with the Dutch oven during Desserttober. So, all that experience, I have found that I wish to be lighter with coals on the bottom and be a bit more generous with my coals on top. I'll get usually better cooks that way. And also, more importantly, less burnt ones. Now, this fire is burning down quite a bit. Unfortunately, that love, don't burn. Wood, burn. Sugi, do it the right way. Make your ancestors proud. I don't know if my ancestors would be proud if I was a VTuber. Probably not. But that's okay. My dad was the black sheep of the family, and that means I get to be an even blacker sheep. Or a more weirdo. Yeah, I like that. More weirdo. It's a lot better. So, now that we can kind of get a little bit more settled in. So, our thermistor is currently reading 94, and I will finagle with that to the point where you guys can see it. I do think it's fun if you guys can, like, let's see here. Let's see, what's, ooh. So I need, okay, so I need to get it kind of up. Ooh, hey there. How good are you? Okay, so I just need a tilt. Okay, so I need an up tilt. How do I tilt it? Knife? Man, I need like a really good amount of tilt to it though. I think I'm running out of the extent of my... Wait a second. Maybe I'm just thinking about the problem the wrong way. Wait. If I have the magnet, or switch it to straight on, rock or something? I don't know if I have like good access to a rock. I'm so close. I just needed to... Actually, what I need to do is get something that can hold it up there. Spoon. Did I Rube? Is it Rube Goldberg? We Rube Goldberg! So, with a packet of cherry tomatoes, a knife, and a spoon, you guys can see the meter. Because right now we're at 145 climbing. We're at 150. So we're definitely really heading up on the baking temperatures right here. Which, by the way, I actually did. So I have a shade sail above me. So normally it's usually a fair amount of distance, like, above me. All these things that mimic the fraction of a power of a rock or something. Dad's old chops. You're being small-minded here, sir. Why rely on the power of just a something when you can rely on the power of a bunch of somethings? And that's what I got going on here. Is I don't have one something, I have a bunch of somethings. I've got 3 somethings. Now, granted, the temperature variance it's interesting because it's now up to like 190. Ooh, cross 200. Granted, we'll see if it keeps above 200 though, because I have noticed, like, out of the corner of my eye, it would like go up to 200 and then pop back down again. So yeah, see, we're below 200, but thing is with these things is I've learned to not throw too much heat at it too quickly, otherwise I'm going to end up with a bad result. I don't want a bad result because I like food. Food is good. And I want to have delicious food. But yeah. And speaking of my level of ambition for delicious food, I actually purchased really good pizza flour. I bought the Neapolitan style 00 flour pizza flour just because I wanted to have really darn good pizza. I'm willing to open up my pocketbook for food. Actually, wait. You know what? The little thing of dough can actually lay off to the side, because if it's sitting over there, it's basically in the refrigerator. And if it's basically in the refrigerator, I basically don't have to worry about it, which is pretty good. Which I actually really like it when I don't have to worry about something. Not worrying about something is the best not worry. Ooh, yeah, we're getting up to... Oh, we're so close to 250. 248. And we're just gonna stop there for a moment and think about it. Oh, there it is, 250. But yeah, we're not fully up to pizza cooking temperatures, but we're getting... Oh, we're gonna get there. Because the thing is, with like these Dutch ovens, they take a while to really get up to temp and then hold that temp. Because that cast iron takes has a fair amount of like thermal mass, and there's been like times historically where I'll take a Dutch oven and I'll put it on the fire just to get it a little bit of extra cook, a little bit of extra heat. I mostly do that in situations where ooh, that's a good spark there. I mostly do that in situations where I'm preparing all the food in a separate bowl, and then I'm pouring it into the Dutch oven. But yeah, 270, 273, so yeah, we're climbing. We are climbing. So yeah, we're doing really good. Also, I regrettably found out yesterday when I was buying ingredients for stream that my supermarket does not sell fresh basil. I'm growing some basil, and currently these are all the fresh basil leaves I could spare right now. I also have dried basil to round out the basil, but this is all I have. I could only spare like 3 basil leaves because all my basil plants are like super small right now. It's also part of the reason why I made a little bit of an effort there to close the garage door, because I wanted the garage to not get too cold. Because, I don't know, how cold is it? How cold is it exactly? Yes, falling snow, that just informs me immensely. Oh, okay. That's actually not too bad. It is a toasty 34 degrees right now. A whole 34 degrees, so. It's kind of chilly. I mean, we actually got a decent amount of upper temperature to start melting the snow. If the sun came out in a big force today, which according to the Weather Channel, hopefully tomorrow we get some big sun and it does a big melt for all the snow, because I really want a big melt for all the snow, because the only reason why you don't see snow around here is because of the shade sale. Shade sale took all the snow. Now, granted, I did have to yeet quite a bit of snow off the shade sale, which, for perspective, that pile of snow over there is snow that came off the shade sale, the thing above me. Also, I keep wanting to call it a sunshade. Ooh, you just locked up there? Please don't be locked up there. Cozy fire's down here. Ooh, pen came out? No, don't do that, pen. You don't like it when the pens come out. Pen comes out when this gets really loose. That's really bad if that's too loose. But yeah, we've been sitting at 250 something, so it's been a little while. It's been a little bit of a while. So I'm gonna grab my handy dandy poker. I'm gonna try. Well, I was trying to give it a bit of a spin. The lid. Let's see. And we get you turned. Maybe not. Maybe that's the wrong end for it. We'll switch ends. We'll go with the question mark end. Because I'm like, question mark? Don't dig into my jacket. That's a little bit better. One of the reasons I'm not going to worry about I'm not going to worry too much about turning the whole thing. Just because when I turn the whole thing, it messes up with my temperature monitoring. Now, granted, with that stirring just now, we just hit 300. So, we're toasty in our Dutch oven. We are completely and totally cooked. And I am absolutely not keeping track of how long I've been cooking. Now, granted, my main strategy for this margherita pizza, because I'm doing it in the Dutch oven, is I want to do it for period of time. Like I'm willing to cook it for longer, just to make sure I don't burn the thing. I really don't want to burn the thing. I want to get a good result. I want to get a really nice, tasty pizza, and then drink my beer and enjoy tasty pizza. Now, granted, ooh, 317. And I'm starting to hear a little bit of sizzling now of that. Probably at some point. Ooh. Oh. Yikes. I want to better position that piece of wood. Come on, piece of wood. Let's get you to a better spot. A better spot. Oh, that's cozier. You'll catch on fire nicely there. Ooh. 326. 327. So yeah, even without adding additional coals, we've seen it's burnt down a fair bit, but we still have plenty. We're still looking really good at our baking temperature. Now, in my upstairs oven, my proper oven, my electric oven, I generally bake most of my pizzas around 400 to 410. So we're perhaps a little bit on the chilly side, but I don't want to. But I'm willing to just let this do its thing for a while. Now, one of the issues was if I wanted a snack, I was counting on these cherry tomatoes to be my snack. And my cherry tomatoes have a job right now, which means I don't have a snack right now. So, kind of food barred out of a snack. But you know what? That's not the worst thing in the world. Granted, also, by the way, I promised some sort of woodworking project on Saturday. And I still have no clear idea what I wish to do. I'm either going to start building my cart for the sanding station, or we're going to actually get back to the making a handle for my hand plane. I have no idea which, though. I have no idea. Ooh. So it seems like we've really stabled around the 300s. Wow. Oh. Whoa, jeepers creepers, that's a lot of smoke. It's actually not a lot of smoke, it's just very violent. It's just very, like, in your face. Hey, I'm here. I'm here to somewhat put a negative on your cozy evening. Even though I just want to have a cozy evening. But yeah. And then the leftover dough from today, that's probably going to go to my... So traditionally in my family, Friday night's pizza night, so, well, family, just me. I live by myself. So, probably going to use that up tomorrow, I imagine. But this is nice though. This is real nice. Like, looking out over the backyard, snow covered, just snow's thinking really hard about melting. I wish it would think harder about melting. Because, like, snow's pretty, but it's like, okay, give me the prettiness for like 1-2 days, and then it's like, okay, you can go away now. Which, I mean, the roads are clear and in good condition, but we're kind of in that ugly snow phase right now. Which, interestingly enough, there were some park workers who were clearing snow off grass today that I saw while I was like out and about doing stuff. And I was like, why are they clearing the snow off grass? Because they had this like utility vehicle type of deal with a plow on the front of it, and they were pushing the snow up to a point and making like a row, and then it'll go back, and then it'll come back over, and then they'll push the snow up, and then they were just like pushing all the snow into one spot. And there was also another guy with like a leaf blower further away, and I assumed he would go after the utility cart guy to like clean up the remainder of the snow. And I cannot understand for the life of me of why park workers would clean snow off grass. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand the utility of it. Okay. So, I'm gonna try to be generous here, because I like being generous. And I'm gonna turn this. So, we turned it that way. Oh. There. There we go. That was really good. Ooh, look at that jump. Look at that jump. We jumped up the... Ooh, 350 and climbing. Whoa, that's weird. Maybe there's something special to, like, golf... No, there's no golf course there. There was a lot of Canadian geese there, but I just don't get why they would clean the snow off the grass. Like, that's just, like, the weirdest thing in the world. Okay. Now, so, we were hanging around 350 for a little bit, and I was debating on whether or not I should add coals or not. So that's why I chose to stir first to see my results. So, maybe they just need the hours. It wasn't a government park, but you know what? I believe anything. I believe anything. But yeah, so since my temperature jumped, because we're at like 368, 369, since temperature went up with me turning that, I feel hesitant on adding coals. Because I'm trying to go for a long bake versus short bake. Because I think with like the little bit of pizza I threw in there, if the temperature was at what I normally do, it probably would have been baked in like 10 minutes. Versus what I've done now today, it's probably going to take quite a bit longer, but I'd rather it bake in a manner where I end up with good food. Ah, Mr. Spock, hello. Well, actually, howdy to you. How do you? Well, I actually finally had my dough redemption. I worked with dough on stream or honestly, I just worked with dough in general, and it worked out. Like, it behaved like it should. I could work it. I could manipulate it. It was all those good things. I manipulated dough, and things worked out. I'm exceedingly happy about that. Now, in my desire to ever increase my comfort level, I add wood to fire. I add wood to fire because I'm wanting to stick my hands in my pockets. I'm hoping to get a little bit more heat going. Ooh! I see a little bit of steam coming out of my Dutch oven. That's good. Granted, at 8:05, I'll probably give it a check and see where we're at. But yeah, dough's worked out good. Cook is going along nicely, and yeah, I'm just enjoying the snowy chill. Not now. Granted, this hasn't been the cold. This isn't the coldest I've streamed in. I want to say the coldest I've streamed in has been like 20-ish, maybe 25, right around there. And I could easily do it, but now, granted, I am actually using natural air temperatures to cool my streaming equipment. Granted, I actually wonder how taxing this is on the Dutch oven. Because, well, I mean, it can't be that much more taxing to cook at these temperatures versus like 50s or 60s. I really don't. I don't see it being a big deal. Now, it will probably affect the performance to an extent, but I don't see it affecting the performance like a lot, though. That's something I don't see. Now, granted, our temperature's been coming down, though. Ooh, it's 850. Okay, so when you use a Dutch oven, you don't want to check too often, because the more often you lift that lid, you let your heat out. So this is going to be the one and only check in today's cook. I was hoping I could. Ooh. Looks good. But it doesn't look like it's there yet. So. Let's get some coals on that. And hopefully there we go. Hey, why did you beep at me, buddy? And let's give it a bit of a pat. And you've lost your guys' view. Your guys' view is restored. But yeah, temperature went down a fair bit. So we're going to do a... Ooh. Very snap, crackle, pop. But... Ooh. Hey now. I see some fire going somewhere where I don't want it going. Got some fire here. It's leaving the pit. I don't like that. Oh, that's what it is. It's been on for too long. Yeah, this thing shuts off if it's been on for too long. Because it's like, oh, I'm not going to drain my battery. But... 320 though. Actually, wait a second. Is it... We don't need the spoon! We don't need the spoon anymore. Hot diggity dog. One less thing to worry about. Oh. But yeah. Honestly, I don't know really much of what to talk about other than... We got our first snow. I did apply for a new job, but we'll see if I get it. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not holding my breath. Granted, I would be ecstatic if I got a new job on my if I got a new job like around my birthday like week. That would be like the best. And it's still important to put yourself out there. Yeah, a little bit of that, but it's also like I've been at my current job for 2.5 years, and I mean, the thing is, it's solidly an alright job, but also at times I'm like, I work with a guy who's really good at what he does, because he's been doing it basically his entire life, and he gets really, really antsy and opinionated at times, and I'm just like, okay, well, I officially want to be anywhere but here right now when he's having those moments. Which, I mean, generally for the better part of things, it's fine, but it's also like, I also work for a real small company, and goodness gracious, I miss working for a corporate employer. I miss the days where I got like handed a big old thick manual of like company policies, and it's like, okay, here are the rules, all the rules, versus why didn't you do this thing I talked to you about half a year ago? And it's like, we had a purely casual verbal communication 6 months ago, and you expect me to remember that? Like, buddy. I definitely consider myself a reasonable, intelligent human being, but it's like, the thing is at the end of the day, it's like, I just miss that type of structure a lot. So I'm trying to get back to having that sort of structure in my life. And I also I have a great burning desire to get myself back to second shift. I currently work the first shift hours. I have worked third shift a couple of times, but I've spent most of my working career on second shift, and I dearly love second shift hours. Goodness gracious, I had a job where my start time was 1:30, and I was off by 10 p.m. I loved it. That was great. My job has a handbook that's like government, but then there's a dozen individual local, and can't find it half the time. But yeah, second shifter. Like, I've been a second shifter for most of my employment history, and the problem is in my current, like, that's kind of like the thorniest problem with my current career field is the opportunities for second shift are like very few and far in between. Like, it is like it's like trekking through a desert looking for water, man. It's like, which is something I knew that going into it, but I figured it from a perspective of like, okay, probably not going to be a lot of guys who desire those kinds of hours in this field, considering the fact there's so few opportunities. So hopefully when those opportunities come up, I can position myself to be a strong applicant for those jobs, which has kind of been my strategy. But the employer I did apply for is a very big employer. So I'm hoping going from small company to like really big company, there will be some opportunities for, like, I don't expect to be working second shift when I start there, but as things move on, if I can get closer to maybe eventually getting to those hours, then I'm going to be a happy camper. But that's all just there's a lot of wait and see. Because in a lot of big ways, I have to get the job, I have to get in with the company, and that's actually going to be a big interview question for me, is like, hey, what are the opportunities here for second shift? And if they're like, oh, none, then be like, okay, that's not necessarily a deal breaker for me, but it's also like, okay, things could be better. Granted, I do want to place some chips on the bet where the people doing the interview I ask about the second shift hours thing, and the people doing the interviewing are like, man, we wish so badly we could find someone for second shift. And if I ask about it, and they're like, and we can have like a big, like, okay, you have an unmet need, I have an unmet need, we work together, we meet the need. Oh yeah. Which, that is like, I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. I'm not going to hold my breath for that. But at the same time, doing nothing isn't going to help. Just sitting in, doing my job, doing what I do, like, it's nothing. Nothing will change. That is 100%. Second shift would be, yeah. Second shift is always in demand. So, one of the initial reasons why I originally applied for second shift was it actually paid more than first, but I could still sleep at night, which is the only reason I really dislike third shift. Because with third shift, you have to sleep during the day, and during the period of time I worked third shift, I could sleep to about 1 p.m., but I couldn't sleep in like more than that. It was really hard to get like 8 hours of sleep on third shift. Whereas like second shift, those people end up zombies. I don't know, like there's some people who can just do it. Here's the thing, like I'm second, like I've generally been a second shifty, so the seconds and the thirds, we usually see a little bit more eye to eye with each other, just because we like making fun of first shift so much. Because we like to call first shift the pampered children, whereas the first shifters like to look at us and be like, yeah, you guys make more money than us. And it's like, well, yeah, because we work off hours. But yeah, I've seen like first shift zombies. I've also, well, third shift zombies, and I've also seen people just be like, yeah, this is what I do, and it's fine. Whereas like, I like second shift because, like, man, if I get off work at 10 p.m., I get home, I have a little bit of time to get myself a shower, get myself a little bit of reading time, and then by midnight, I'm in bed. So if I'm in bed by midnight, I can sleep to 8 a.m. I wake up. My shift doesn't start till 1:30. Holy smokes, if I need to go to the bank, if I need to go to the grocery store, oh boy, going to the grocery store at like 9 a.m. when there's nobody there is love. It is love to go to the grocery store at that time. Like, I can, like, if I need to get like a haircut somewhere, make a doctor's appointment, I know I can just schedule that for the AM hours. I can make my appointment. I don't have to take time off work. Like, in my time being with the company I've been at now, few things have made me want to throw my head, like, I've wanted to throw my head at a brick wall a couple of times when I will like interact with like a company or something, or like a business or organization, and be like, hey, what are your hours of operation? And they say the literal hours I work. And it's like, oh, I have to take a day off work to just interact with you. But yeah, that's my big rant with the hours I work. Like, one part of it is like, the main guy I work for / with is really gets on my nerves sometimes, but I'm also still chasing that dream of the hours I prefer to work. I mean, granted, I also had one second shift job working in a healthcare warehouse, and we weren't allowed to go home until the work was done, so I think there was like 2 or 3 times during my like 4-month stay with the company where I went in at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. was the start of shift all the time, and I walked out of the warehouse at 4 a.m. And that's kind of also the reason why I actually left the warehouse, was because I was in school at the time, and I was just like, man, I can't like do school and this. I can't do school and work like 12-hour days, man. If I just had to do 12-hour days, I could do it, but school and 12-hour days is like, oh no, I can't do that. I'm not enough guy for that. No, thank you. Sounds awful. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Oh wow, look at all that smoke. Ooh. Oh yeah. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty dang good. Here, you, off to the side. Carrot tomatoes, off to the side. I think chat's ready to see a pizza. I'm ready to see a pizza. Oh boy, look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, that looks good. Oh man, that looks so good. Now I need to just do a little bit. Oh, that smells good. It smells good. Ooh, yeah. Do I have a crispy crust? I don't think I have a crispy crust. This is going to be the challenge part of it, though. Might need a certain particular glove. I like that, but I need a different hand. This might be actually undercooked, though. Maybe I should have actually added a bit more. I'm gonna just try to go around my sides. Loosen it. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Don't worry, Mr. Spock. We did some olive oil. We definitely did some olive oil here. I just think I should have probably preheated it a little bit more. Ooh. Pizza. Disregard. Oh, don't worry about it. Good man, don't worry about it. Oh my gosh. That dough's amazing. That dough's absolutely amazing. Okay. Hook. Drop. Oh man. Come here. Come here for wood. Come here, you firewood. Please keep me warm. Keep me warm, man. It's cold out here. Okay. But yeah. You know what? Oh no. That bomb's cooked pretty good. So we got a nice steaming pizza. So let us grab our basil. So, I only have 3 fresh of the basil leaves. I'm gonna have some dried basil to just digest the basil intensity a little bit, you know? Some people may not consider it proper, but I don't care. Basil tastes good, dried or fresh. There we go. Yeah, that's basil. That's basil-y, man. Yay! I'm excited and cold at the same time. Now, hacha! Garlic! Because I like garlic. So we'll just hit it with a little bit of a garlic goodness. There we go. Let's see. How warm's the plate? Ooh, that plate's warm. Warm food. There we go. Hey, Margherita pizza. Cooked in a Dutch oven. And this one has turned out a lot better. A lot better versus attempt 1. Attempt 1 was a solid fine. This looks good. This looks good. I think we have some really good pizza here. Ooh, boy. I was not wanting to use this piece of wood, but I don't know what it is, but I'm actually starting to... I think it's actually being out here for the length of time I've been. I think I'm actually starting to feel the air temperature. a little bit. So, I'm just gonna get myself a little bit more close and cozy with the campfire. But boy, oh boy, I'm glad I planned for this to be a shorter stream. Getting hungry and getting cold. I'm actually a mixture of both. Like, I'm actually kind of starting to feel the chill now. But that's actually one of the reasons I did the... This is my pizza, not your pizza. Your job's to keep me warm, man. That's one of the reasons I took off the cooking tray. Because it has the heat shield. Now I'm getting a lot more fire towards me, and a lot more fire towards my mic. The mic's not for your eating. Granted, if any mic companies wish for a streamer to test your mic for heat tolerance, hi. I'm willing to test free audio equipment in cold, harsh, and strangely warm. The mic craves fire, the fire craves mic. Oh. Oh boy. Actually, really. Oh man. Oh man, that one log actually did make a world of difference. Okay. Start cutting this thing. Okay. Let's see. I got a good separation here. Yeah. Good here. Yeah, good. What's it taste like? I don't know. I gotta finish cutting it, man. It's pizza. Pizza. Ooh. I mean, now granted, I actually thought I was being a little bit generous with the cheese, but I mean, honestly, the cheese just turned out to be perfect. Like, at least as far as like what you expect a margherita pizza to look like. Like, it's perfect. And then let's just keep cutting. Let's see. I got good separation here. Maybe. Nope. Gotta give you a little bit more convincing. Is that a cheese crust pizza? Nope. It's a standard crust pizza. There we go. Good separation there. We turn into here. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Cool. I got 4 slices. Great, I'm gonna lick my pizza cutter. Brace your inner yandere. Express your love with violence. Actually, what's that? Yeah, love with violence. That's the way to go. That's the way to live life. No. Well, it will not be a pizza without a beer. So, let's crack ourselves open a cold one. Also, cold beer doesn't make you cold. It's against the rules. Okay. Let's grab this slice. Which is nice because we're gonna get a tomato. Holy smokes, that's good. Mmm. Man, the tomatoes are like really nice and sweet. Like I say, like the crust is like really good. Like it's like nice golden brownie. It's not like you did a really good job cooking it. Now, granted, I'm gonna take a bite with this big fresh basil leaf. Oh my goodness. Oh, and basil kicks in. Holy smokes, that's good. That's really good. I'm not sure if this is quite up to the point of like a really good like restaurant style pizza, but like for a homemade pizza, this is like rock solid. Yeah. Oh man, that's good pizza. Oh yeah, for homemade, this is good. This is really good. Wow. Ever put a Lunchable in a toaster oven? That's cuisine? That's a shot. I grew up with the Lunchable pizzas, man. If my parents put a Lunchable pizza into my lunchbox, boy oh boy was I having a great day. I was having an amazing day. I'm not sure if I would really like that, because like Lunchables were always like, it's a cold pizza, but it's tasty, you know? Like, that's one of the like big things I associate with the Lunchable. I get 2 for lunch twice a week. It's a good lazy lunch. Oh, I am jealous. I am so incredibly jealous of 2 Lunchables. Gosh, it has been forever since I've had a Lunchable too. It has been a long, long time. But yeah, so I gotta say, for home cooked pizza, this was really good. Really, if there's any complaints whatsoever I have with this, just the pizza is actually pretty cheap, like sub $3. Oh, cheap food. I love you. Oh gosh, that's like going to Costco, because sometimes if I'm really lucky, I'll get cleared to lunch, and I'll be near Costco, and then I'll go into the Costco food court, and I can get a slice of pizza and a drink for under $3. And Like the Costco pizzas are. I mean, a Costco pizza slice is probably like half this pizza, which, if you want like a nice like light lunch that's like quick and hot, easy to go, but easy on your wallet. Oh yeah, sorry, forgot about you, meter. The meter has informed me that it has decided to turn off. And I'm getting all the way to Las Vegas. I started to go to Costco. See, that's the thing. Like, I had to get really lucky to be able to do Costco runs, but otherwise, like, I just buy groceries at Costco because even if you're single and living by yourself, Costco is so powerful. You still save money shopping at Costco. Like, this stream was partially brought to you by the Kirkland brand. And it's, most importantly, it's olive oil and it's garlic, and it's grated well, no, not grated, granulated garlic. We like Costco around here. I like Costco. Costco, my Kirkland brand streamer. Oh man, if Kirkland brand ever sponsored me, that'd be like, they wouldn't have to pay me. If how the pizza turned out, it's good. It is really good. Unfortunately, I had to use dried basil for some of it because I don't have a lot of fresh, and my supermarket doesn't carry fresh basil. But I may have slightly undercooked it, but it's way better than being overcooked. Like, it is. This is really rock solid pizza. Like, and it was funny because I was really aggressive with my use of cheese because, boy, oh boy, do I love cheese. I love cheese immensely. And now it looks like a standard margherita pizza. I'm just like, okay. I mean, I like cheese, but you know what? It looks good. It looks good. It tastes good. You are correct. You are very much correct, Captain Cocoa Puff. Too much cheese is an impossibility. One of the reasons I didn't use Parmesan cheese today was just because I just wanted to do it like a traditional margherita pizza. For most of the pizzas I make at home, I'd say 50% of the time I would do Parmesan, and then 50% of the time I'll go without. Because if you're if a regularly enjoyed experience, and in this case at my place is pizza, if you are too consistent with how you make it, it kind of just becomes a normal experience. So I like to kind of like switch up. Sometimes I'll do it. So sometimes I'll hit the pizza with Parmesan, other times I will not. Just to kind of make it, just to mix it up. Ooh, baked. Well, I'm getting baked by combustion byproducts. As long as they don't go into my lungs. I would really appreciate if they didn't go into my lungs. I mean, I'm already the son of two smokers, so my chances of lung cancer are actually probably pretty high. But I will also say, I do want to give a little bit of credit here close to the end of the stream, was the honey beer pizza dough. I gotta say, like, the honey beer pizza dough, like, this is like some really solid dough. And it says it makes dough for two 12-inch pizzas, which, yeah, I'd say that's a good 12-inch pizza. Now, it said food processor, and I just honestly elbow greased it, the food processor parts. Granted, it did also require 1 to 2 hours for rising, and I just stuck it in my food dehydrator. Set the food dehydrator to about 100 degrees, and I just let it run for a period of time. And then that gave a nice warm environment for the bread to rise in. Versus if I were to let it rise at room temperature, it would take a much longer period of time to rise. But yeah, I gotta say, I've really enjoyed a lot of the recipes. Granted, I haven't made anything that amazing. Granted, that's kind of like the point of this book, is like it's about grilling everything. Like, it's like grilling pizza. There's grilling pineapple salads. If you're definitely a grill enthusiast, I definitely recommend this book. Granted, for me, I have just grabbed the recipes from this book and I'm just like manipulating them for the style of stuff I do. Has been my thing. So, granted, I gotta say, today was really solid. Maybe a little bit on the chilly side, but that's just how the weather's gonna go here on out. Now, granted, I have warmer pants I can wear. Pizza! Pasta! Italian food is well liked and welcomed and enjoyed here. All those good things. So, let's see. Actually, is there? Let's do a quick little check. I don't think anyone. Huh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait. Let's... yeah, we'll do that. Do that. Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be good. So, we're gonna wrap up today's activities. I am going to enjoy some pizza. Now, granted, after this, I am going to be popping into a certain other VTuber's chat by... I dearly hope I'm saying the gentleman's name right. Zerzon. They are doing a playthrough of Elden Ring, and I am actually going to be part of a collab with them next Monday. The one, the myth, the legend, the Nando, another VTuber, he's doing a stream where he's going to be teaching a bunch of streamers to play Go. And he's going to be teaching streamers, and he's going to be having those streamers face off against each other. So I've been paired with gosh, I have to look at this. I have to look at his name. Zerzon. I hope I'm saying that. So I've been paired with him, and we're gonna be taught the game of Go and play against each other. So I'm gonna be heading over there that way after which, let's see. I can't do like direct rates or anything, but I can post a link in chat to the stream that he's doing now. So yeah, I like to say, hope all of you have a great rest of your day, night, evening, wherever it is, wherever you're at. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.